Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mike, and I'm back with a new video. Oh, excuse me. I'm back with a new video. This video, people that watch me may or may not be into plants. I don't know if you are, but if you are into plants, like house plants and stuff, if you don't know what type of plants would be a house plant, something like an aloe vera could be a house plant. Something like a spider plant, pothos, a philodendron, African violet, stuff like that can be house plants. So there is this particular house plant, and there are actually a lot of them, but there's one in particular that I read that came up in an article about another plant that actually is a real plant, but there was a scandal about it. So first, let me tell you about the scandalous plant. I mentioned philodendron. There is I guess philodendron is the genus. I don't know all the technical plant terms and stuff, but I know enough to know this. Okay, so the philodendron has a plant called the Philodendron pink Congo. That's the scandalous plant. Now, this plant, there are pictures all over the internet, and this just happened in February. So this was like a recent thing. This whole scam. So the pink Philodendron Congo is actually a legit plant, but if you look it up online and you see the pictures of it, it's a plant that has green leaves, and some of the leaves are like all pink. When I say pink, I mean like that Barbie Crayola carnation pink, like pristine pink. And they were saying, and I didn't read the whole article, but I read enough of it to understand what they were talking about. So people were saying that people were, like on wait lists for this plant, spending buku bucks on this plant, and only to have the leaves revert back to all green. Now, they were saying the reason why the leaves were that pink is because they were gassing the plant. And how I know something like that can work is because when you see bananas in the store, bananas don't ripen and turn yellow. Not fast, at least that is. They turn yellow so fast because they gas them before they send them out to, grocery stores and things like that. They are gassed with some type of gas or whatever. So that's what they did to this Philodendron pink Congo. Now, if you are a plant person, philodendron they have a plant called a Rio Congo, and they have a red Congo. It may be other philodendrons with Congo in the name. I'm not sure. But, okay. So, I made the video to say, to tell y'all about, if you are a plant person, there's a plant scam going on with that pink Philodendron Congo. But in this article, this long, lengthy article, which is why I didn't read the rest of it after I got to this part, there's a philodendron that I want. Now, my boyfriend has one, but I want my own because his doesn't have enough other variegation in it for me. So I want my own. And it's called a pink princess philodendron. So, the article I was reading, it said that it's a man-made plant. It's a hybrid. So they took one type of philodendron and another type of philodendron and, do whatever they do to, make stuff interchange into each other. However you say it, I think you get what I mean. What I'm saying. So, I don't care that it's a hybrid. It's still, a real cool plant. And this plant gets pink variegation. This plant is not gassed or anything like that to get the variegation. It just depends on the type of light that you give it. If you give it high enough light, you'll have higher pink variegation in your plant. So, I was reading, when I got to this part of the article, I said, ooh, I want to know about this because I really want one of these plants. So, it was saying that on this all happened in the 1970s with the, the taking the two species of Philodendron and combining them. So, it was saying that this plant, once you get a 4-inch pot of this pink Princess Philodendron, once upon a time for $6. Now, circa many years later, this day and age, and probably even some years before this, not too many years before this, because when my boyfriend got his, he didn't get it for $6, but he got it for probably about $20. But now they're selling upwards from, I want to say like $120 to $250. And I just want anybody to know who's selling a pink Princess Philodendron that you have me fucked up if you think you're getting that much from me. I can go and buy a lot of plants on my wish list and spend that much. I'm not buying just one plant like that. And there are people out here that can't afford plants. So, I'm in a lot of plant groups. One of them I'm in is called the Tacoma House Plant Club. I really like that group. Like, out of that and the Tacoma Area Gardeners group, I like those two the most out of the groups I'm in. So, not in this group. These the Tacoma Gardeners group doesn't have sales, but the Tacoma House Plant Club does have sales. Now, when people sell plants in there, I see fair prices. I don't see anything, outrageous or anything like that. But there are some like plant purge groups that I'm in, and I'll be looking at some of these prices, and I'm like, ooh, really? Like, I could see, if you got it like that to spend it, that's cool. But I could see, like, I'd be looking like, really? And certain plants that I see that have like a sticker press on them, and I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, I've seen this at a legit nursery for 10 times less than what you're charging for it. So I be in my feelings about that. I do. I'm not even gonna lie, I do. I be in my feelings about that. I'm trying to think of this one that I saw. No, actually, this was on somebody's website. This wasn't even in a plant purge group. There's one plant, just for an example. There's this plant called a Polka Dot Plant. I've never seen a real huge one sold in stores. I'm pretty sure that, some store may have them one day. But I've only seen them in from maybe like a 2-inch pot to a 4-inch pot. And if you're a plant person, you know what the sizes look like. I do have 2-inch and 4-inch pots around here, but I don't feel like getting up to go get them. So just look it up if you watch this video or whatever. So, I saw a 4-inch pot of the Polka Dot Plant, which is not a rare plant. It's not like you can't find them. I mean, they do kind of sell out fast because there are a lot of people that like them. I'm one of them. I do need to give me another one, but I haven't found one lately. And the last one I saw, I was at we went to a nursery with a friend, and I had got something else. I didn't have a lot of money that day, but I did get me a plant. It was just I had got me a primrose to put in my big pot that I have planted of primroses, because I needed another one. So I didn't get the Polka Dot Plant, and it was $7 for a 4-inch pot. And even then I was like, I've seen 4-inch pots for $4 and $5. But I saw on this one website that it was $14. And I'm like, who is paying you $14 for a 4-inch Polka Dot Plant? That's like me going to McDonald's and paying $14 for one McChicken. I wish the fuck I would. I have not been in the plant hobby as long as other people, though I've liked plants all my life. I've never had, you know, I've had a plant here and there, like growing up or whatever. I've even tried to plant my own seeds before, and the only ones that ever really came up were my morning glories that I planted. But at the time, I wasn't sure what annual and perennial meant. So, being from Michigan, they didn't come back up after they came up that first time. But anywho, now that I'm more into the plant game, I'm learning stuff. I'm learning terms. I don't know everything yet, so I'm not on here like I'm some know-it-all. But there are things that I've learned like really quickly, and certain stuff that I see that I know for sure ain't right. I done been to plenty of nurseries since I've been here in Washington, and if I see somebody selling something for something, I even look at my boyfriend and I'd be like, Sugar Bear, I've seen this, or we've seen this for such and such, and he's like, I know, right? I'm like, yeah, people tripping. And me personally, there are some plants I want that cost a lot of money. I can't buy them now, but when I do buy them, I'm the type of person where if I have a plant, I don't care if I spend $1,000 on this plant. If I'm selling like clippings of it or cuttings from it, or if I cut enough of a piece off to where it looks like a small plant, I'm not going to sell it for a ridiculous price, you know, or anything like that. That's just me. If people going to do what they're going to do. Me personally, like, I was gifted a Philodendron Bloody Mary. It's a nice big plant. It's staked up on a moss pole and everything. It was gifted to me by one of the members of the Tacoma Houseplant Club, and I was really grateful for it because I had just posted about this plant like a few days before I received it, and I had put my name in the race to become a moderator on the group. And they said if you did sign up and you weren't picked, they had like, you know, like prizes for you. And when my boyfriend asked me did I like those plants, the Bloody Mary, I'm like, yeah, I just posted one of those recently. I love them. He was like, okay. And he didn't say anything else. And one day he came home and he was like, I got something for you. And he came in the room. He was coming in the room and I was walking towards him. And I seen this big old Bloody Mary Philodendron. And I'm like, oh my God. He was like, it was from one of the group members. Her name is Rebecca. He was like, this is, you know, like the consolation for you not being picked at this time or whatever. He was picked as one, so I'm like, okay, well, one of us made it. That's good. But I was so happy with the plant that I was like, this is even better, in my opinion, because I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to get one of those plants, because the one that I seen was a little bit pricey. It wasn't the most expensive plant on my list, but it was still a little bit pricey. So I saw that and I was extremely happy. But anywho, I got a little off topic. So, yes, if you are a plant person and you know about plants, the pink Congo Philodendron is a scam. And if you get one with all pink leaves, they will revert back to green. And if you get a pink Princess Philodendron, it may not always come variegated, but like I said, based upon the amount of light it gets and how strong your grow light is or whatnot, will determine the type of variegation that you get. Because my boyfriend, he has one leaf, I think, that has like one little small patch of like really pink variegation, and that's just because his isn't getting the enough light that it needs. And the funny thing is, he has a light meter. I didn't even know what this was. He showed it to me yesterday. Our light in the house is like at 100, whatever 100. I'm not sure what, but then he took it outside. 100 was all the way on this side of the meter, which is like the lowest. He took it out. He held it outside, and it went all the way over to this side. So that just lets you know sometimes, like, if you have grow lights and stuff like that, your grow lights might not be the proper amount of like wattages or whatever that you need in order for your plants to have variegation or thrive fully, because there are some plants that are really highlighting. I have 3 of them now. Crotons. I got a Croton Petra, a Croton Gold Dust, and I think a Croton Mamie. Now these are diva plants, but well, my Mamie is acting a little wonky. But like I'm actually doing pretty good, and I'm really trying to keep that going because I really love these plants. So yeah. So if you are a plant person, you probably need to like assess your light situation and make sure you have the best light for the health of your plants and the growth of your plants. Because some of my plants, even though they're doing fairly well, they could be doing a little better with a better light situation. Like my Philodendron Bloody Mary, when I got it, it had really big leaves on it. The leaves that are growing on it now are kind of smaller, and it's just because it's in light, but it's not in enough light. But it's kind of tall where I can't put it on one of the top shelves to receive the light from the grow light because it's too tall. So I'm gonna figure that out soon. But yeah, this video was really to let you know about the scam and how some plants are like so overly priced, and some that are like expensive but like affordable expensive, you'll find some people selling them for way more. One other quick thing before I go is I'm in this one plant purge group, and there were certain plants that I was looking for, and some people commented and was like, oh, these plants are more than what, because it was like a $15 or less group. And I'm like, you never know. It may be a person out there like me and my boyfriend who is like, yeah, I got this. I can sell it to you for that price. It's no big issue. And my boyfriend has a really nice sought after plant that's a little pricey, and he's literally like giving a piece of hair on my damn tongue. And he has recently given away a lot of this plant. He said he needs to stop so it can grow more, but he got like some really interesting trades for this plant. And some of the stuff that he got, even though it was interesting to him, he was kind of in awe. And the guy even sent him more stuff, and he kind of felt bad that he didn't send the guy more, but that's all the guy wanted. So there are some people out here like us that will trade and, or will sell, whether the plant is expensive or not, for a really low price. And I like stuff like that. I'm not saying, take advantage of somebody, but that's the type of person I am. If I have something, like I said, I don't care how much it costs, and plant-wise, and, I'm going to, take a cutting off of it, I'll gift it, or if I do sell it, I'm not going to sell it for no, ridiculous price. Like, no, that's just not me. That's just not the type of person I am. But anywho, watch out for stuff like that if you are a plant person, or even if you want to get into plants. And that's the house plants, outdoor plants, whatever. Just be mindful of things and watch out, because there's always somebody trying to get over. Now, I'm not saying everybody, but it's always, if there's 10 people, it's probably 2 out of the 10 that's going to try to get over on somebody. And it doesn't make it right. But I didn't want to make this video too long, but it's kind of going on longer than I wanted it to. But anywho, like, comment, subscribe. Share this video with anyone and everyone you know. We're trying to make something happen on this channel. I keep saying it, and we're going to keep saying it until it happens. Turn on your post notification bell so you can be notified every time we post. And with that, I bid you deuces.